Presto changeo.
What's up, party people? Did you miss us?
We're back.
I hope so. We are
Hey, it's
back.
the Ed and Jack show. He's Jack, I'm Ed, and we're Jack.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're what was it that Bill O'Reilly said? We're effing doing it live right now. The
Yeah.
schedule's going to be a little bit different going forward. We figured we'd start off with the quiz. We should be back on track by the 1 p.m. segment. Our problems have been solved. I will not bore you with the details.
There we go. All right.
Special thanks to, I wanted to bring James on right now. He's in the background. Hi, James.
James, you there?
He's waving.
I'm here.
Somebody kicked the plug out, and James saw it. He said, just plug it back in.
It was good advice. So, Eddie, you are hosting the quiz today.
Oh,
I am the
yeah.
contestant, but I have to be careful because, full disclosure to everybody, I know the answers to these questions that Eddie wrote. So I won't try and give anything away.
Okay. You can act dumb.
I will. All right. Welcome
All
to
right.
Top
We got
Quiz.
people still logging in. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll give them a few seconds here.
Well, maybe a couple more than a few.
How are the markets doing? GameStop's
taking a
down
look at
30% today.
That
Mag 7
gold
is
is
up.
good.
NQ
Nicely
is
up.
nice up. This is the market analysis you come here for.
Yay.
Buy. Don't buy. Don't buy.
Okay. Make up your mind. Yeah, these markets are all looking very healthy with the buyers in charge.
They sure are. I haven't had a chance to look too hard just because of what was going on behind the scenes since we last left you. What were we off for? We were out for close to an hour and a half. That's no good.
I think it wasn't that how long Michael Spinks was out when Tyson knocked him out in the first round.
Yeah, he was just laying there
for about that long. Yeah. So Michael Spinks, if you're out there, we understand.
Yes.
Discipline
Well,
works.
thank you to everybody who's filtering back in here. We want to give you a few more seconds to sign up for the quiz, but also make it exclusive for those that came back, I guess.
Yeah, we appreciate that. I know our buddy Hoops, he's texting me. What's wrong? You guys okay?
We're all okay.
An
asteroid did not hit the data center or something, but it was like Survivor. We were losing people. Every time they logged out of the green room, they were gone for good until it was just Eddie. And thank you, Eddie, for giving some vocal commentary to what was happening.
I was hoping it was the Eddie show for the rest of the day. I got jokes. I got puns. I got poems. I can sing. I can dance. Hey, look at me.
All an illusion at the end of the world.
That's what hell's all about.
No solar flare. For the tech heads out there, maybe at some point I'll explain what happened, but super dumb and took us a while to get back together. But we're good to go now. So, Eddie.
Well, you know what, Jack? That was the first time that's ever happened. So I think that's pretty good. The average is really good.
If people have been watching since the early days, that is not the first time that's happened. But
back in the 50s.
Yeah.
All right.
Eddie, you want to get this started?
Why, certainly. Okay. For those that are playing here, Jack will be giving out. How many are we giving out today? Free resets. How many we got?
You know, I'm torn right now because it'll be less people in here and more complaints if I do this, but we'll give out 100 resets today.
100. Did you hear that, folks? I think somebody mentioned that in chat. Give us 100. All right, don't get too greedy there, Lulu, lately. 1,200. Come on. Everybody gets 6. All right. Yeah, we're going to do 100. Now, remember, we're going to have 4 questions. If you get 3 out of 4, you're eligible for the random drawing of those 100. If you get 4 out of 4, you're also eligible. Top 5 automatically. get a free reset. So remember, you got to be quick like a fat kid eating a cupcake. And I think we'll go from there, huh?
Yeah. Did you see a fat kid eat a cupcake recently, Eddie?
Yeah,
You seem to have been laser focused on that.
I sit in front of we're talking about one of our quiz questions, and I hope they remember it. And I was just comparing that to the speed of a millisecond. But yes, I eat in front of a mirror every night, every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I can snort a cupcake quicker than I can eat it. Gone.
Impressive.
Yeah,
All right, Eddie. Well, you're the host. You ready for me to get this started?
I'm the host. Yes, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. First, a question. All right. This is for May 15th. How many inches are there in 2 yards? Now, we're not talking about your yard and the neighbor's yard. We're talking about 2 yards like a yardstick. 6, 72, 23,560, or Batman?
Eddie, even the metric people out there can't complain about this. It's 72.
72. All right. We have nobody picked Batman. Well, it's sad. I would have picked it just for the hell of it. All right. Who do we got? Top 5? Roblish, Sneaky Neeks, Sully 2, Inside Trader, and Oso Aguar. All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. You ready for the next question?
Let's go ahead.
All right. And the question is, what ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru? Was it the Green Bay Packers, the Anunnaki, the Mayans, or the Incas?
Well, in addition to knowing from what you said, I have been there. I took the
Really?
I took a 4-day hike there, and it is the Incas, I believe, is the correct answer.
The Incas. I know. See, I mean, the Packers could have been there. I like the what 41 people said the Anunnaki. See, they watch Ancient Aliens. They know this. That's probably
Well,
the correct answer, but
Aaron Rodgers definitely watches that too.
yes.
Wrong
What
answer.
Oh my
what I was
goodness. Let's see.
gonna say about that hike, Eddie, is I don't know if you're afraid of heights or not, but I was
I am.
more scared than I ever have been in my
Yeah.
life.
Well,
I
you
can't
know
go
what they
around those
used to.
ledges. Freeze up.
You know what they used to do on those pyramids? That they'd take their enemies and tie them in a ball, and they'd throw them down the steps. Swear to God. How neighborly is that? All right, Shrooms, Geomarg 23, Dan, and I don't stutter, Lego, Jimmy, and Mac 82. Close race here for the top 5.
Let's go GameStop. All right. Question number 3.
Question number 3. Question number 3. How you doing? Who was the last performer at the 1969 Woodstock Music Festival? Was it Charlie Brown and the Pigpens, The Doors, Taylor Swift, or Jimi Hendrix?
Let's see. Maybe something with the Star Spangled Banner? Jimi
Jimi
Hendrix?
Hendrix. Did you know there was 450,000 people there? And when Hendrix was on, there was only about 30,000. Can you imagine
I
the other people?
mean
Gosh, I miss Jimi Hendrix.
how
Kicking
many days
themselves.
was it? Was it 3 days, 4 days? I mean, it's
I know it ended on the
if
18th. I think the 3 day. I think 3 days.
if you're in the mud with no showers, doing acid for
Right.
3
Doing
days, I
acid,
don't think I would be
smoking
there on
weed.
the last day either. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, missing Hendrix? Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, okay, let's see our top 5. I'm very proud of you people. Uh-oh, Shroom dropped out. Geomarg 23, NVSO, Dan, Catch Your Bid, and Mac 82 are still in the top 5. Way to go, folks. All right. And I think that's our final question.
Honey,
Indeed.
I'm home.
Okay, we're home here. It's home stretch. All right, here you go. What I was talking about earlier, Top Step X Dome, the dome. Depth of market updates every 50 milliseconds. That is equal to exactly how many seconds? 0.05 seconds, 0.007 seconds, 007, 3 seconds, or how much slower? It's much slower than the fat kid eating a cupcake.
Oh, I think it's 50 milliseconds or 0.05.
Yes, you know what? Very people pay attention. Good job. So we had the majority, 730. Some people said 0.05 seconds. 6 said much slower than a fat kid eating a cupcake. Yeah,
Eh,
we still love you, but that's the wrong answer. All right.
Metric gang.
Let's see if we still got some leaders up here. The podium. In third place, NVSO. Congratulations. In second place, Dan. And in first place, our winner, catching a bid out of nowhere. Well, out of nowhere, really, right? Taking
Dol-
that
uh,
first place.
Dolby was in fourth. Dolby. That's a good name. As is catching a bid.
Oh, did we miss those? Who came in fifth?
I don't remember because it disappears real quick, but I'll see him on the
I
list.
know.
So we'll get those winners
Uh,
out.
all right. Well,
Eddie,
hey, thanks for playing here. Um,
yeah,
you know,
I'm trying to figure
some
out, Eddie, what we're going to do next. Which
I was
segment?
going
Do
to
you
ask
know?
you.
That's what
I
I'm
think we
trying to
got a
find out
puppet
right
show
now.
coming up. Yeah, and then poetry corner. And then I think we got Josh going to teach us how to square dance. I think
Ooh, that
Josh is
sounds
going to get in here.
nice.
He's from the local dairy farm. Does a great square dance. All right, so stick around. I don't know. What do we? I think we've got. Oh my goodness.
Well, we might do a couple shoulder tap cards. We're going to land this plane like Sully at 1 o'clock. We'll be back on schedule. Right now, it's just straight freeform jazz, as we say.
We are improvising. Welcome to Second City. Yes.
Yeah. We're
All right.
So we're going to take a quick break, I think, and figure out. But you can be surprised and delighted by whatever we come back with for 15 minutes until 1.
I'm with you, brother. Jack, it's been a pleasure. And thank you very much. And folks, stick around. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to an impromptu special edition. You're pointing the wrong way. There you go, Robert. You're pointing the right way. We got a special edition of group coaching for you today. Hoag, John the Goat Hoagland, and Coach Robert are just going to shoot it for a couple minutes. We got a couple questions in that group coaching forum that we posted earlier this morning. We didn't have much time to keep it up. So we got about 4 or 5 questions. We're just going to take our time and walk through those. So, what's up, guys? How are we feeling?
Doing
Good to
good.
see you. Good to be here.
Yeah, for sure. This doesn't necessarily have to be rapid fire. I mean, take your time. We got 10 minutes. But
Yeah.
might as well just get right into it. This is a great question for the two of you, actually. First question comes from, I'm going to butcher this name totally. Jiaun? Does that sound right? Let's just call him Han. Juan.
Juan. I think. I don't know. I could be butchering it too. Who knows? We apologize if we are butchering your name.
Yep. Juan actually has a pair of questions. We'll go with the first one, though. And I'm sure both of you have an excellent answer for this. May I ask which is more important, time or price? You know, Hoag looks at time bars, and Coach Robert doesn't care much for time at all. He's strictly a price action man. But why don't you guys dive into it? What's your opinion?
Robert, you
What's
take
more
this
important?
first.
You want me to take this first? Okay, that's a great question, and the name ZHIY, how it's spelled out. So we apologize if we butchered it, but thank you for the question anyway. John, good to see you. JD, good from the back of the scenes, and here we are back. Looks like we're back on schedule. So, time. It is a. I'll preface this so that it's an opinion of mine. It's a personal preference of what I like to trade. We can take time out by trading the DOM. So taking everything else out of the picture, opinions, left, right, whatever it said. Hey, I'm a DOM trader. Great. You just took time out of the picture. You're watching price levels. If you're a DOM trader and you're seeing this order flow going through, you look at it and you say, cool, there's so many orders at that price. There's so many on the buy, so many on the ask. It's this far away from it. I don't look at that, or someone who's a DOM trader isn't going to look at that and say, well, hold on, let me start a clock and see how long that's going to stay there. It just takes time out of the picture. There are a couple of the ways too. Renko bars, candles take time out of the picture. Kagi takes time out of the picture. And these are all in Topstep X. I saw my screen pop up. I'll show you the listings. There are Renko, Heikinashi doesn't take time out. It'll kind of mess with the price a little bit. The line breaks, the Kagi, point and figure, they all take time out of the picture. And I'll actually let Hoag jump on this in a second because he uses market profile, and that kind of takes time out of the picture because you're forced into a 30-minute letter. Every 30 minutes, you get a new letter that shows up in market profile. I'm sure he can speak to that. Range bars are my favorite. And the reason I like range bars is they only plot once a certain amount of movement has happened. Okay, tick charts too, the same way. But tick charts are how much ticks. If price moves up by a tick, it counts to 1. Up again 2. Up again 3. Down 1, 4. Down 2. 5. And that's how ticks work. Once you go, hey, I'm on a 500 tick chart. Once it moves up and down 500 ticks, the total amount of movement might be 10 points. It might be 500 points. But as soon as it moves 500 ticks, it's going to plot a candle. Range bars, you define how high that is. It's measured in ticks because it's just a base value. But if I have a 40 tick range bar, 40 ticks in NQ, 4 ticks per point, so it's a 10-point candle. I can easily look at a chart and say, well, geez, I know what my stop is. I'm looking for 20 points. I'm looking for $200. It's going to be 10 points away, 1 candle back. The second thing that happens by taking time out of the picture is, let's say I have a 10-point candle, just arbitrarily, and it's an up candle. And it goes 10 points up plus a tick, plots green. And then a red candle starts going the other direction. And that will plot until it moves 10 points and a tick. Well, if I have 4 candles in a row, red, a green, then red, and then green, then red, if I have 4 in a row, that could be 30 seconds or 28 minutes. Now, why do I not care about that? Because I want to play the break above it and the break below it. Or if you're a range trader, make them a little wider, and once it gets up to the top of that range and starts building, short it, put your stop outside, gets to the bottom of the range, long it, put your stop outside. So to me, it's all about the price action. And I always say, we win or lose, we profit or loss based on price, not time. So if I add an order and I have a target of 20 points and a stop of 20 points, As long as it hits my target before my stop, I win. I don't care if it's 2 seconds, 20 minutes, or 2 hours. As long as it hits it. So that's just my opinion. That's the way I look at the market. I can look at a candle and just say, okay, wow, my goodness, that's been there for 5 minutes. It's been there for 15. It's been there for an hour and a half. It's the same price. I just personally doesn't bother me. I just want to know what the price is. I don't really care why it's there or how long it's been there. Hey, this is the price. It came up and this is the high. This is where it went to. And it's strictly based off of that because it's just non-subjective. Like nobody can say, oh, at 9 a.m. this was the high, because it's the same for everybody. The opening level was this. Great. Yesterday's close. Yes, everybody. It's the same thing. So that's why I like basing things off of price versus time. Doesn't matter how long it's been there, just the fact that it was there and what do I do when it gets back. That's my spiel. John, I know you have a little different approach on that, but I'd love to hear your take on it, and give it to us, buddy.
Well, I mean, coming from a studier of the market profile, there's two things that the market profile provides, and that is, well, let's just bring up a profile here. I want to kind of take a look at the last couple of days.
Hoagland,
Pardon?
I'm going to need you to share your charts, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on 1 second. I thought I did not do that, did I? Give me 1 second. I apologize.
While we're doing that, I'll say the NQ is at 18,677. The all-time high is 18,709. There was a poll earlier. We're going to hit that today, this week, this month. I think the majority was this week. Looks like this day and this week will probably be the winners on this because it's 30 points away. We know 30 points is nothing for the NQ. There it is, John.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the market profile, the way that the graphic is created, it takes time, which is the constant, and price, which is the variable. So we were looking at this morning on the opening call, where the market was really kind of range bound here. It was spending a lot of time in this area. That kind of marks acceptance. If price is kind of stuck in an area for a long period of time, price is comfortable there. Well, yesterday at the end of the day, we had to move away from that area of balance. The market closed before it had time to show acceptance of higher pricing. And when the market opened above that late spike, that's marking that the market is attempting to accept price at higher levels over time. Now we saw that the market opened, ranged, and it has been directional to the upside ever since. So what time does for me, especially looking at the profiles, is for 3 days, really the market was very accepting of this area. That is time. When it leaves that area, the market falls out of balance, and pretty much, anything can happen. It can come fall back into balance. It can find a new area of balance, or it can continue to auction away from that area. And that's what we've got going on today. So, when we're looking at a profile like this one here on Monday, if I split the profile, it basically looks a lot like the 30-minute chart, the 30-minute, like a 30-minute candlestick, right? I mean, it just shows you the range for each 30 minutes. That's how we see over time price acceptance. When the market pulls out of that and becomes directional, really, kind of continuing the push to the upside, we're one time framing higher. This market is out of balance. We don't know how far it can go. We don't want to step in front of it, of course, because time has told us now that it is rejecting the area of balance and seeking a new area to find balance, to find acceptance over time. That area, that acceptance is going to be evidenced through time. I hope that makes sense. So to me, time, price, volume, they're all two pieces of the same, three pieces really of the same puzzle.
That's one.
Makes sense?
John, that's wonderful. And I totally makes sense to me as well. And that's why there's different ways, right? I mean, if you have somebody trading on a DOM, like I said, it's like, well, what time, how long has it been there? It's like, well, I don't know. It's a DOM. It's moving up and down. Totally fine. Bookmap the same way. There's no time on Bookmap. It's a constant stream. You can speed it up and slow it down, but it's not stamp, right? And those are just different ways to trade. And John, you and I do this all the time. we are both standing there looking at an animal, and we say, no, we're not looking at the same animal because I see a trunk. You say, I see a tail. And it turns out it's both an elephant, right? The guy on the side says, I see this big giant ear. I don't see any trunk or tail. It's an elephant. We're all looking at the same elephant. We do this all the time. This is what I do. This is how I read it. And we go, what's your trade? And we come up with the same idea.
Right.
This is one of the reasons I love trading, and I love trading with all my partners and peers here. So thank you for that explanation. JT, what else you got cooking for us? We only got a little bit of time left here. Actually, we're already done, but it's your call.
We are out of time, guys. We got our next guest waiting in the green room. We only got through one question there. Nice job, everyone. All right. With that, thanks for joining us for this impromptu group coaching session. We'll be back again tomorrow. Stick around. We're going to take a real short break, swap some seats, and we'll be back with PAYtience with Dolby, Hoag, and KV. Give us just a minute. We'll be right back.
everybody, and welcome to Patience with KV. It's a great day to be patient if you bought this morning and held.
You got that right.
Indices are on the up and up. KV, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. I mean, a little bit surprised with all-time highs here today. We already have all-time highs on ES, so we're just waiting for 20 more points on the Nasdaq here, and we go all-time highs. Definitely not the day to go short, okay? And the way I looked at it this morning was this bounce that we had happen at 9:51 New York time. So usually, if you guys have been around for a while, usually when you get that CPI number in the morning, if it's bad news, usually the gap gets filled at the market open. So if we had this sell-off, the sell-off should have continued and filled the gap from last night down to 412.5. That didn't happen. So we had the bounce here at S1, one of the support lines I have here, and that was the rejection of the gap fill. As soon as that happened, and as soon as this aggressive move happened to the upside, I was telling all of my members, do not go short. It looks weak, right? It started showing some weakness, but do not go short. Definitely did not expect this move to be happening. We had a few members call it out in the chat that we might hit the all-time high today. I was like, there's no way that's going to happen today with this price action. But, never say never, right? Even with this slow price action, it's just been a slow grind up. So, again, literally one of those days that got to be patient and just let the trade play out. But yeah, pretty insane.
Yeah. Well, I do have the house account queued up. So if something looks tasty, chat, we can definitely put a trade on. We're back in action. It might be tough to find a place to get in here. It looks like we just passed up a 5-minute consolidation, which would have offered some opportunity to get long. But I think there is opportunity here to work some trades, to be honest.
Let's see. We are very close to the all-time highs, guys. Literally 20 points away on the Nasdaq. It's going to be interesting to see how volume plays out at that level there as well. So I love it because it lines up perfectly with one of my resistance lines. So one of my resistance is 708, all-time high is 709 there. So it's definitely going to be a strong zone. Probably we're going to get some wick spikes above it, and let's see if there's any follow through. If we do get a follow through above 709, it's going to be crazy. But
I mean,
let's see.
I do think it would be a shame if we had a house account and didn't participate in trying to make all-time highs.
Yeah, no, the interesting ES didn't have any huge volatility as it was breaking all-time highs. Unfortunately, we didn't see that yet. Maybe Nasdaq does it, but volume was pretty consistent on the ES. The candles were pretty consistent as well. Didn't see any major movements there.
Sweet. Well, chat, I don't think anyone is looking to get short.
I mean, not right now.
Yeah, definitely not right now.
Yeah, no, this is what I call a no interest zone, because you're stuck between levels, right? So you're stuck between the last resistance I had, which is now demand, is all the way down to 640s, where we had this last consolidation, and then we also have the all-time highs. So it's a little bit tricky. There's nothing really telling you to go short right now. If you're someone that likes to catch rejection plays, maybe looking at the R3 all-time high break. And seeing what it does there, right? So waiting and then trying to catch an all-time high rejection. That's the only resistance play or rejection play you're going to get. Nothing right now.
Yeah. I mean, this NQ chart is so funny. It is just straight up.
Yep.
So, I mean, where would we try to get long? I mean, I could consider longs at 18,677. I just don't know if we're ever going to get a pullback is kind of the question.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting any pullback right now. A lot of the tech stocks as well still pretty strong here. They're still running. We have Microsoft, which is again one of the big ones, still running. Nvidia day high as well. It's nothing stopping.
I mean, I think we just have to buy.
We just have to buy.
I
That's
just
the
don't
only
see.
thing. The only thing you
Yeah.
can do, but you're,
I mean-
it's kind of hard to do because you're buying high.
Yeah, you're buying
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, no one drug tested these markets today. That's for damn sure. I mean, listen, if MP can top tick AMC and GME, I don't see why we can't go long a couple in the NQ and the house
There
account.
you
You know what I
go.
mean? You know what I mean?
So if you want to look on my chart here, there's a couple of things. The all-time high in the June contract is 53.3350 in the S&Ps. That high came in during an overnight session. When that's revisited, the regular time frame traders aren't going to let that. They're not going to let that stand forever. So there's that one thing. We've got 53.28 order, which is the point of control from the overnight session that put in the all-time high, 53.28 order. I wouldn't even think about trying to sell anything until we see some sort of structure in and around that level. But I think that the goal is to take out that 53.33 half high in the S&Ps. NASDAQ.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the NASDAQ. The last naked point of control from regular trading hours was 18,656 quarter. It put in the high for about 10 minutes, and then it put in a low for about 10 minutes, and it's been continuing to push higher. If I were looking for an area to try and buy a pullback, that would be something that would be logical. Although we're not the only ones looking at it. On the daily chart, the all-time high in the June contract in the NASDAQ is 18,709. 18,709. We're practically there already. How do we buy this?
You just literally press the buy button. That's the only thing you can do is press the buy button, and that is it.
That's how you buy it. That's for sure. But how do we manage risk up here?
Just a regular stop. I mean, a regular stop. That's about it.
The way I see this could pull back down to 670 and still bounce there. So like if there's a long position now, I would have put a stop loss before 670-ish.
670? Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
What's been the biggest pullback since 10:30? We've had two red candles to 3 times. So that's 605 to 578. That's 623 to 609.
20 to 30 point pullbacks.
Yeah.
20 to 30 point pullbacks.
I mean, that one's 15. What's the high from this one? 97 to, let's say, 77? That would be 20 points. I mean, if we're trying to look for longs, we could try to use that as a measuring stick. We're getting about 15 to 20 tick pullbacks. We could try to hop in one of those for 5 to 5, 10, 15, whatever size we're feeling. I mean, we might get a little bit of a pullback. I think for the 5 minute, I do think 675 and a quarter could be interesting. For a fiver. Yeah, in the NQ.
675, you said?
Yeah, I think we might be able to get a pullback. It based a little bit on the 1 minute right off of that, so maybe there'll be like a little bit of a stop run. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. I mean, there's another thing too. It's like, do we honestly think the NQ is just going to touch highs and then roll over? I mean, is that really?
It's possible.
If it's
is that really in the cards? You know what I mean?
If it's gonna be during power hour.
That's what I would think, right? It's during power hour.
I mean, we're looking at well, in part of the body of the profile in the S&Ps, we actually ended up showing negative delta, which is people pushing into shorts. They've already been run over. The NASDAQ hasn't really had a divergence of that kind throughout the day. It's positive 2,800 in delta, suggesting that the short time frame and medium time frame traders aren't the only ones involved in this up move. the last thing we want to do is argue with the longer time frame traders, which we did see a little bit of a divergence at one point in the profile. You guys want me to show it to you?
Sure. Oh, look at it. It just pulled back a little bit and just ripped. Man.
Yep.
Yeah, not enough of a pullback though.
No,
So-
I mean, even, wow. All right. Yeah, go on, Hoag.
This is the first hour, right? And
Mhm.
we were seeing some pretty strong positive delta. We still see positive delta. But when we got up to this area here and we started to kind of balance here for a little bit, I mean, we spent 2 hours in this range right here. What happened? Well, D period had negative 300 delta. E period had negative 2600 delta. F period about even. And then the G period, when we started to continue this move to the upside, goes back to positive delta. So what that tells me is in E period, which is, these are half-hour periods of time, right? I think E period is like 10:30, 11, 11:30. This whole area was buyers absorbing short time frame sellers, big
Okay.
buyers absorbing short time frame sellers, and those short time frame sellers have been run over yet again. And
Yeah.
so the shorts just keep feeding themselves, and that's what equities have a tendency to do when there's no bad news. You get the short time frame sellers always looking for the big down move. You get them too short, you run them over, and I think that is what is continuing to happen throughout the session today.
Yeah. And, we've said before, the indices need a reason to go down, but not necessarily a reason to go up. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
that cool CPI number was all it took today.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, the meme stocks are pretty quiet today, and we're cruising to the upside. All the red, white, and blue EMAs just also cruising to the upside. It's hard to get long because you just got to press the buy button, and it kind of flies in the face of most trading strategies because no one really has that in their trading plan, which is smash the buy button and then just don't look at the charts.
Yeah,
And that's the hard part, is
yeah.
because we don't know where risk is. Where does price have to go to break this upside structure and turn back to the
Right.
downside?
Exactly. Well, we did test this 18,700.
Mhm.
We are getting a
With-
little
with
bit of a pullback. If we can get a 20-point pullback, do we think that would suffice to at least nibble on some longs? I mean, maybe we call the top and help out some shorts here. But we need a confluence of ideas, right? So I don't want to fly solo in here. So I'm trying to propose theoretical trade situations to try to get into a trade.
I like the 670 zone. If buyers can come in there, form a base for another push higher. That's the only zone before 640 that I would be interested for a long. If
Okay.
670 doesn't hold, it just goes straight down to 640, the way I see this. But
Can
There's
we
a lot
work
of
a range
volume
between
in there.
70 and 75? You think that would?
yeah, 70,
That would fly.
75, that's the range I have here on my chart. That demands on that you
Perfect.
guys see there. 670 all the way to 675. If it goes there again, and if it shows us some buyer pressure, then sure.
Cool.
You can see it on the 500 tick chart. That was a consolidation zone.
Mhm.
Could end up being demand.
Yeah, and there is a fair
The
value
question
gap
is, where's
too.
the risk?
Yeah. Well, just lower, right? I mean, you just set a fixed, like, we're risking $5,000, and if it pulls back on us, it pulls back on us. But I think structurally, it's really, really hard to define.
Very
To define
difficult on
risk.
this price action. Very difficult because you have so many pullbacks along the way that you don't know on which pullback low it's going to bounce. It's very difficult on this type of price action.
Right. I mean, what we could try doing is like 5 at 75, 5 at 73, and then 5 at 70, and see if we can hit the average, and maybe we get filled on one of those. We're getting quite a pullback right now, though. This is over 20 points.
the
It has to
pullback
be.
is strong.
This is the biggest
Yeah, this
pullback
is over
we've
strong
seen.
as well.
This is, yeah. So this is the biggest pullback we've seen since about 10:30. It hit that even number of 18,700 and is reversed pretty hard. Is this the time? Are perfectly timed shorts up here? Who knows?
650.
Imagine if they don't let this go to all-time highs for 9 points there, and this is the
No
top.
way.
Oh.
No way.
Possible.
No way.
Everyone was waiting for the all-time high.
Okay. I mean, do we have some confluence here, though? Do we agree that, somewhere between 70 and 75 is an opportunity to at least test the waters for a long here?
I like 650.
I personally wouldn't put a limit order beforehand, though.
You wouldn't? Okay, you want to see. Okay.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I
And
wouldn't.
Hoag, you want 650.
654. It's that point of control.
Okay.
Here it is. I'm just gonna put a line here.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. High, high, low, low. I think that lets us
got
limit risk if it gets there. I mean, this could just leave us behind. Who knows?
That's the tricky thing, too.
Yep.
Cool. Well, we got two ranges that we can work. So if we get down to 70, somewhere between 70 and 75 in the NQ, maybe we can see how price action behaves there. And if that gets crushed, then we can look at, 55 to 50 in the NQ as well. I mean, are there other markets that we think we could, justify a trade in? I think they all look pretty similar, to be honest. I mean, ES looks almost identical to NQ.
Yeah.
Crude oil, we're not going to trade. And then YM is sort of, more square than the NQ. It is starting to get a little bit rounded as far as its, new highs. It is starting to get kind of like that wedge shape there. I think we can trade YM in the house account, but I think that'd be the first trade we've ever placed in YM. Why not trade crude oil? It's 10 minutes to close in crude. We probably missed most of the action in CL. So I don't think it's really worth trading crude right now. I think NQ is by far the most exciting. I think, as everybody knows. But I'm kind of curious to see how this YM shapes up. This has the more interesting structure between the indices, in my opinion. Because we almost got to 40,000 and then reversed. So it kind of seems like all the indices got spooked by major numbers, by round numbers. 40,000 in the YM was very scary. And then we had 18,700. That seemed to be very scary.
330.
330, yes. A700. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, is anyone in chat short right now? Because that's a pretty well-timed short. Also, if you tried shorting before that, let us know, because if you did, you probably got your face smashed in by the NQ.
We've got, 50-50 in tilt right now in the SPN and the NASDAQ, pretty much. They're both 57% short right now.
Yeah, but the average short price is not good. They're literally at 680 as a fill, so they just got filled.
Right.
Oh, nice.
They're
Okay,
shorting the
cool.
whole.
So, yeah, the average short is what, 680? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so it's not. It's literally right here. I mean, they're in the red. They're in the red right now on the average.
Yeah, I love that you brought in the tilt there, KB. That's awesome.
If the
average
average
longs
maybe,
are 676. I mean, even that's funny. The average longs are actually pretty new too, because they're at 18,676.
Yeah, so I don't like it. Whenever I see the tilt like that, I don't like it.
Yeah, it seems like some people are kind of chasing on both sides. Okay, we're getting down to the 75s, which is cool. So at least it'll give us a little bit to talk about as we work our way down there.
KV, you were sick last week. Are you still fighting that?
I'm better.
Good.
I'm better. A little bit of tequila helped.
Ah,
Oh, nice. There we go.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Yeah, what kind? What kind of tequila do you have?
Casamigos.
Sweet. I love tequila. One of my favorite spirits.
too.
Also really like rum. Rum is also very good.
Yeah, no, I like rum. I used to drink rum and Coke back in the college days.
Yeah, I like the fancy stuff. So we're not really. I can't really do anything right now. I would like to see a 5-minute consolidation of some sort. I just don't know if NQ has the patience to consolidate.
It is cantankerous, isn't it?
Ooh, nice one. That's like a rips word there, Hoag. He's a fun vocabulary.
It is a wily child, that NASDAQ.
Yeah. It certainly is. I'm glad we didn't hop into a long immediately. Did take a little bit of a break. Rips is in chat. Hello, Rips. How you doing, buddy? Hope you traded well today. Looks like there's a couple of people currently drinking in chat. That's awesome. Happy hour somewhere.
Happy hour somewhere.
Hopefully your accounts are locked up in TopstepX before y'all hit the bottle. What's the 1 minute? So 1 minute is finding some bidders.
It's creating a higher low there. It didn't even go to test these, even 75 at the top of that range there.
Yeah, I mean the shorts, I guess, who tried that consolidation short on the 1 minute at 1 o'clock have basically already, I think, covered. I don't know how convinced they are. You know, I mean, could you guys see a trade here with a stop below 80.50? I mean, that's almost too fast, is the thing. It's like we've already lost like 2 points of price just even speaking one sentence.
Yeah, we've lost 10 points.
Well, I guess we're going to cheerlead this then. I mean, unless we're just, I don't want to smash the buy button. That feels irresponsible.
It's very irresponsible, right? This could continue going up. It's just if you do take a trade here, it's not going to be like A+. You're just hoping that it breaks the highs and hoping that it touches the all-time highs. That's really it here.
Yeah.
PCP, point, click, and pray.
Which again, sometimes it works, you know, but
yeah, it's low probability. It's not something I think we want to do with 15 contracts.
No,
definitely not. Someone is asking why the 1 minute chart. I mean, with the way the price action is right now, the 5 minute is too slow.
Yeah.
At least on NASDAQ, I mean, 5 minute is good for confirmation, but the way I see it, entry points, it's much cleaner in the 1 minute. Obviously, you want a 5 minute for confirmation, but the 1 minute is going to give you those better entry points, especially on something like NASDAQ, which, you know, a second moves a few points, not 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we're starting to get a little bit of a range up here, which I really do like.
Yeah. What's it look like on the 5 minute? Yeah, you're getting your little box there now, Colby.
Yep, we are getting a little bit of one. It's just we got to pick a direction, though. I mean, there were some really good setups this morning. You know, I feel like right after CPI, we had a really nice range. NQ did a classic, just stop run to the downside and then just ripped higher. There was some good stuff there. Another really nice range at like 1030, 1040 that offered really cheap opportunities, cheap trades everywhere. So this is the house account. We are on air. People are getting live accounts. I probably would have been a little bit more aggressive if I was in that account, but this is the house account. So we do need confluence from on-air talent, from other traders in chat. I just can't press the buy button to press the buy button, but I do say that because it does help get conversation going. And that is better than us just staring at the NQ in silence, which is entirely an option. Chat, if you do prefer that, we can do that. A moment of silence for the NQ.
You're getting down to your 75s now.
Yeah, we are getting there.
Look at that bounce failing. The bounce failed.
Close our eyes and click.
I don't know.
No, I'm saying, aren't you glad we didn't when we were up in the 90s?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, When did we start? Yeah, we probably would have been about break even if we had just smashed the buy button as soon as we started. We'd probably be in heat right now, not in heat, but taking heat. But let's see if this fair value gap, as the ICT people say, let's see if that fills. That's between 70 and 75, and then Hoagland level between 650 and 654.
Yeah, 656, 54 really.
Yeah.
Those highs and lows, they lined up really nicely there. That looks like a good spot for me, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Got down to 77, 75, 77 in the orders.
A pattern I do look at occasionally is on the 1 minute. You can really do this on any time frame, to be honest. But if you have a candle that is like the high, the candle that makes the high, the base of that candle, sometimes if that becomes resistance, that can be a sign of a reversal. So the candle I'm referring to is this one right here at 115. That was kind of the high candle. And the bottom of that candle was 18,696. Now, we could not get above that, and we've reversed since then. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is going to be a reversal here. It is a pattern I have noticed before. Doesn't work every time, but it always raises an
engulfing
eyebrow.
pattern on the 5-minute chart, Dolby.
Oh, is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. We're starting to get some lower highs, lower lows. You know, I do kind of like the 50s and 70s. If we can spend a little bit of time hanging out there, we might be able to get a long off. But we are still wicking though.
There's a lot of confluence there. If you look at the again, so we have the demand zone. So previous high turned into demand here when you went for the retest. That's your first confluence. You have the uptrend line from the recent trend low from 1207 here, retested here, and then just kind of touching it right now as well, not touch. And then if you go to the anchored view ops, if you have the anchor from the big trend that is right now, the last really pullback, that's where it kind of lines up now as well. So you have three confluences at that same zone there. So that's why I said earlier as well, if this zone is not holding, we should just slice through it and go down. So if there is a long play, it should happen around this area the way I see it.
Okay, perfect. I can get on board with that. So we do have some confluence between 70 and 75.
Yep.
And let's see if we can get down there. The 5-minute candles have been showing buying pressure based off of the wicks, but it keeps on making a lower low.
Mm-hmm.
What's the
volume?
Actually, where is my volume?
Volume has not been all that gratuitous on the way down here, but not yet.
Shorts are getting longer. I mean, bigger though. 62% short. Same fill. Average fill 680. So it's literally right now. Interesting to say though, on the Nasdaq, it's the first time on the whole uptrend that we have 3 red candles in a row, and you might get another one. We didn't get 3 red candles since the pullback in the morning, but all the way on the uptrend, you had 2 the maximum. You have 3 candles in a row on the red right now. So obviously we have some solid pressure at that 700 level. We're gonna have to see how this one closes in 3 minutes.
Yeah, it is getting to a pretty good range. So let's see if we get some action. How long are we looking for this to hang out? And between 70 and 75? Obviously, we're trading the Nasdaq here, so time is of the essence as far as trying to get a trade on without getting, without chasing completely.
I wouldn't, not necessarily time. I would just be looking at candle formations. So if we could get one or 2 bullish green candles holding that area, I'd give it a try with a tight stop loss below the zone.
And we're looking at 5-minute candles right now. So that's what we were referring to as far as pullbacks go. This is the first time we've had 4 red 5-minute candlesticks in a row. Typically, we've only had 2 all day. And this is also the biggest pullback we've seen, but also we're at the most interesting levels as well. So not super surprising. There probably are some, short time frame traders who hopped out at highs, right? I would assume. We're watching the 5 minute right now.
5 minutes, yeah.
Okay,
Boom.
now we're in this. Okay, cool. Let's see how price behaves.
Volume not increasing on the move lower though so far.
No, we have a downward trend in volume actually.
Which again helps with the move to the upside with a long setup, because you want that decreasing volume on the pullback. So unless volume increases really on the seller side right now, it should be a nice move up.
Yeah.
Well, you had to act quick down there, huh?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Nasdaq. You know, it's like it doesn't really give you the opportunity or time to deliberate. It's kind of either put your order in and wait, or you got to like mark it in or join bid to hop in. It's just very, very, it's very tricky to trade.
Here I am.
Yep. Bye.
See ya.
Here for a second. So
Interesting. I mean, again, we are on that zone, guys, right? We are testing the top
Yeah.
of that zone, the 675.
Uh-huh.
No buyer inside yet. We had that little wick there, but look how quickly it's getting sold off again.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Let's see how are those longs doing. Long average price is 71 on tilt, and average short is 677.
How are the
Wait, how is that?
72?
Wow,
I know. We haven't been there in a while.
Shorts must be incredibly aggressive. Incredibly aggressive. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was ever a situation in which we would have gotten short here just based off of a trend. And I think that's like a trade an individual would have made. I just don't know if we could have pulled that off in the house account.
Just a trend line break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with trend lines is they're much better looking after the day is over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight.
And when you give it a try on the market hours, you're like, what the hell is going on? Why isn't this working?
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, theoretically, if we had bought 5 at 75, 5 at 72-ish, and then 5 at 70, we would have had a nice average. But we're all red candles so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that 6?
We're putting in lower highs and lower lows in very short time frame.
Yeah. We got some rock stars in chat. Hello to Coach Jay and Austin Silver and Eddie Horn, of course. Hello, Eddie Horn, rocking the chat right now. Also, thank you to everyone who tuned in again. Thank you for your patience as we got through some technical issues. It looks like those 75s would have been pretty good. Yeah. This is the thing with the house account. You kind of have to anticipate some of these moves. You know, I think Andre and I probably operate a little bit differently. I would probably prefer limit orders and kind of letting the market come to us versus giving up points for price. I'm more of a perfect price guy than I am perfect momentum. That is just my preference for how I trade.
Also, in terms of trend lines, guys, again, I don't love them, but if we're focusing on trend lines, I wouldn't adjust the trend line that we had broken a few moments ago, because this is the retest. Unless we break above it now, then we would remove it.
Then
right now, this is the retest. So you could just retest, come back lower. I think if we can confirm maybe above 690 again, probability of this touching the highs again is very, very high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, the anchored view up, guys, from the most recent low, that's what it's holding right now, which is exactly 676 there. That's where all these candles try to hold. Like if you see, all the bodies of these candles are above that line right there. So again, that's demand with the demand zone. Trend line looks like it's rejecting, right? The retest is rejecting. So still bearish. High, lower high. Let's see how this high goes here. If it's a lower high again, might just be a downtrend.
Right. Yeah, that would have been a nice one. How would you trade the house account if you had the opportunity to, if you had the keys, let's say? Would you try to use limit orders and have price come to you? Would you try to use market orders? What would be your strategy for executing trades in the house account?
Well, I tend to use limit orders, unless the situation called for it. Let's say there was a failed downside auction and it came back in, and we're close to the time when the bar is going to change, and I want to take that because I want to get it as cheap as possible. That'll be a market order. That'll just be a market order.
Right.
So really, it's situational.
Yeah. That was a great call, KV, on that 70 to 75 area. Also, we kind of got a 5-minute consolidation too as well, so got some confluence there. We just didn't. I don't know if we had enough decision-making power to really slam in a 15. It did, yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Certainly did. Nice range in the 5-minute. Now we're kind of testing higher. I still think we're making new highs for sure.
Again, 690 is retesting now. The way I look at it, if 690 confirms as well and holds, probability of all is high. I mean, that was a proper consolidation. What was it, right? From 702 to was almost 30 points. Not almost, but I think 30 points exactly.
Yeah, how much would we up right now? Let's say we had 10 at 73. That's 15 points. Is that $5,000? Is that how that works? Is that how many that is?
15.
I'm so bad at math. So it'll be 20 points. Someone $3,000. Chat, you're so smart. That would have been a nice day too. Getting the calculator out, Hoag. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah. Is that a
$300 a point.
300 point. I think Dwayne got it. Yeah. So it would have been 3,000.
10 points is $3,000.
Yeah. So that would have been $6,000 if we had gotten that for 10. That would have been pretty sweet. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. That's the thing with trading. You gotta bet to find out.
Well, you got to take probabilities, right? I mean, that's why you get the setup. You look to where the risk is, and if the reward is greater than the risk, that's a probability. That's the trade you take.
Yep.
Interesting to see how the tilt flipped as well. Over 60% short at the bottom at the range. Now it's 60% long.
Yeah. I mean, clearly whoever the tilt is pulling, these are some active traders in the NQ flipping back and forth. And this is funny. The long and short average price is nearly identical. They're about a half a point apart. Point and a half, maybe? Yeah. So
it just shows you how the range that we're holding right now is just very, very neutral. Like you can try and find a good entry point, but again, it's not A plus. Whatever you're entering, long or short, it's not A plus in this kind of zone that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're getting close to one of my favorite setups, which is the 5-minute range. So I do think we actually can define risk now. We do have our 5-minute range defined. It's basically between 695 and 672.
Yep.
So depending on what side, bullish or bearish, I think it is actually relatively easy to define risk now because we do have a formation.
You do have that new low
in which it is definable. Yeah, exactly. Thomas, can we get 1,000 tick chart on Topstep? Do we not have one? We already have one. Look at that, 1,000 ticks. 100, 500,000, 2,000, 5,000.
Yep.
Yep. Just click that little down arrow, or click number or comma. Comma? Really? Comma. Yeah. Change interval. That's kind of cool. Sweet. That's awesome. It could go up. It could go down. Those are facts. Those are facts.
And odds are it's going to do one or the other.
Yeah.
It could also stay at this level as well.
Yeah, I could do nothing too. I mean, to be
Yeah,
honest, I am kind of impressed. Like, we only pulled off 30 points off the highs, and we already caught a bid. I mean, that's kind of impressive to me. Yeah, I think shorts probably wanted to see a much more drastic sell-off, but if buyers actually came in and supported already, I do find that relatively bullish, at least in the short term. Taurus, if you'd put on a 15 lot last night low, you'd be up like 92,000. Yeah, that would have been a hell of a trade.
Yeah.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, though. You don't know till you bet. That's something I've been trying to, I'd say something I've learned while being on TopstepTV is just, identifying your setup and taking the trade, then letting it play out. Don't worry about if it wins or loses. Just focus on taking your setup and following your process. Losing will happen no matter what.
It's very easy when you're placing limit orders to sell though, because I mean anyone, even if you caught the perfect entry this morning, maybe a VWAP break or whatever that was, you'd be tempted to sell a million times before you reached 18,700, right? So if you have a trade idea that's more longer term, I'd rather just place a limit order to be sold at a price level and focus on something else. Because if you're constantly watching this, I don't think there's a person that's not selling until we reach all-time highs, unless I don't know, unless that's
that was
the
their plan.
Unless that's the plan. But you get tempted because it's profits at the end of the day, and especially with the price action that we've seen lately, we haven't seen these type of ranges lately on the Nasdaq. It's been very very tight ranges. You haven't seen today's a 250 point move from day low to day high. You haven't seen that lately for the last 2 weeks, I would say, on the Nasdaq. So obviously, especially coming up from that price action, you're tempted to sell. You're tempted to take profits. And that's why either placing a limit order beforehand or just placing a little bit of a wide trailing stop loss helps on these type of days.
Yeah, and I think it's easy too if you're a new trader to get frustrated that I didn't catch the entire move, and it's like, well, that's not necessarily it's not necessarily your job. I mean, you have to think about like, how did you perform relative to your personal daily loss limit? And so like that's more important in the long run, not how well did I perform relative to what the market did. Because if you made 3 to 1 on the day, that's pretty damn good. If you made $1,000 and you normally risk approximately 300, that's a hell of a day. So maybe you left money on the table, but I don't think that's the proper way to really think about it, because you outperformed and had a good day.
It's also what plan you had beforehand, because if your plan wasn't to hold until 8,700, you shouldn't be mad at yourself that you didn't hold until that point, because that was not even the plan to begin with. So you would only be upset with yourself or upset with your results if you didn't follow your plan, not what the market did the rest of the day, which has no value in that overall equation.
Right. And I think that's where I think a lot of new traders will maybe get tripped up, is throwing the plan out the window because they might perceive that there could be extra money on the table, and then you kind of get yourself into a weird space, because now you've kind of justified breaking rules, deviating from the plan, and maybe it works once, but is it going to work every single time? Probably not. You're probably going to get yourself chewed up more times than not. So it's way more valuable in the long run to stick to a consistent and coherent plan that you can follow day in and day out. Because if this move happens, it's what are you going to do? You never do.
And if you do have a plan for the trade, and the trade plays out as planned, does it matter what happens afterwards?
No, it does not happen. It does not matter. That is exactly right, Ho.
It's a new opportunity. Anything that happens after that.
Yeah.
It's just gonna mess with your psychology if you constantly keep looking at what the price did after he sold.
Yeah. So now we're getting back into that range. Didn't really bounce super hard, so We actually
Yeah.
might be getting that big pullback. We also only have about 12 minutes left in this segment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we still would have done pretty good, though, to be honest. Like, at the very least, I think we would have gotten ourselves into a position in which we could have gotten ourselves to break even and maybe had pulled off, maybe 5 contracts or something. So I think we probably could have gotten at least a couple grand on that one had we taken it. I think we would have had our risk relatively well protected from that bounce that we had. So it's a process. It is hard. It is very difficult to trade the house account. But it is very entertaining, and it does offer some excellent conversation.
See if we get down to that 654 level.
Yeah, that's
I know
another
we're
one.
going to run out of time on that, but let's see what happens if it does.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little bouncy. And then no CL trades. CL is pretty much done for the day. It closes up at about 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So it's very, very rare to see any sort of price movement after 1:30 p.m. Central.
There's crude. Took out the low from last week and turned around and went the other way.
Yeah, I mean, crude is in a very, very interesting position, I think, just overall.
Yes,
If I pull up the daily chart and like really shrink it down, we got wedgy city kind of going on. It is just very, very kind of happy, hanging around the 78, 79. I'm kind of curious to see how this will end up resolving going into the summer, and just a killer daily range here. So ranges can happen on all time frames. So if you were lucky enough to buy just below 76, that would have been a very, very cheap long. And you could be sitting pretty right now, almost up $2 in the crude, trying to play that daily range. That's typically how I try to do my analysis. I think you do that as well, Hoag. Start from the tippy top and then work your way down.
Oh yeah. I started the monthlies on Sunday nights.
Yeah. Monthlies on Sunday night. A little Sunday night reading in the markets. Let me fix my charts here. And that range is still bouncy. So KV, great call. You called out the confluence in that area right between 70 and 75. It's offered some good opportunities, at the very least, for some scalps.
Yeah, it's trying to do the same thing right now as well.
Yeah. Like I said, everything's a little bit risky.
The Tanis Draco. If this 30-minute candle closes down, does it mean we have a failed auction above 18,700? I mean, above 18,700. No.
Yeah.
No, I mean, to leave excess up there would be a failed auction, but we've been so directional to the upside. That's not really what I'm really looking for. Alonzo, the elements to look for to identify a trend day is consistent higher highs and higher lows. Consistent higher highs and higher lows. Ryan, 30 years I've fed my family from trading. And
higher highs,
higher lows.
Yep. That is
George
how
is
that
long
works.
from 671.25. Nice entry there, literally at the bottom of that range.
Yeah. Yeah. If this
Yeah, no,
was
so again, same bounce again, kind of making a double bottom there on the 1 minute now as well. Maybe this time it's different, but I mean, we've been getting the lower highs as well, unless this time is different. But
right. I mean, at the very least, though, it's giving longs the opportunity to manage their position instead of just getting, into a position and having it shoot straight down and getting stopped out. So, I think this is, great. If you can get into a trade, it bounces in your favor, it gives you a little bit of time to think, manage the trade. That is awesome. It's the price action that you want when you get into a trade, is to have it bounce in your favor. What you don't want is for it to hit your stop immediately. And it's just well, I was completely dead wrong.
yeah,
What is it? Come fast,
come failed moves, come fast moves.
come fast moves. There you go.
Yeah.
J
Which
Main
is-
says, "What does a cheap trade mean?" It's just a trade that has a tight stop loss that's low in terms of risk, but the potential is there in terms of returns.
Yeah, so think of it, it's like a value trade, Jamin. So, like, for example, one of the reasons why I like trading ranges or consolidations, and I'll remove this for just a moment, is let's say we define this box as, our setup. Well, a cheap trade would be trying to go long, say like 673 and a quarter, right? And then what you could do is set a stop, say at, I don't know, 665 and a quarter. And then this trade would be cheap because our appreciation could be everything above that. Right? So it's cheap in that regard, because we're essentially saying that it's a cheap trade because the market kind of has to work and break structure for us to get stopped out. And so we're only risking, let's say 10 points, but we could be making up to 30 or 40. So it's just, it kind of depends who you ask and how they define it. That's how I define what a cheap trade is. It's just a way that I see value in taking a position, because setting a stop is easy to do. It makes sense structurally. Would you agree with that, KV, in some form or fashion?
Yep. Yeah, no, that's how it is. That's how it is. And again, it doesn't have to be all the time. It just depends what type of trader you are, right? There's traders who make lots of money with a 1-to-1 risk and return, So
yeah,
it doesn't always have to be a tight stop loss, tight risk, and then a big return. It just depends on the trades that you're taking and the overall kind of trading style, right? Because it all depends on what we just talked about, but also the win ratio, right? So if you're someone that wins all the time, or 70%, 80% of the time, you don't have to have like huge returns either in terms of risk and return. But with a trading style, those cheap trades, even if you're wrong a lot of times, it still makes up, right? Because the losing trades are much, much smaller. So you could be wrong more times, and you are wrong more times because you're trying to catch tops and bottoms. So it's a difficult form of trading, which again doesn't suit everyone.
No, I think it also depends on who you ask, because it kind of depends on their system. Like, that's how I would define a cheap trade, because I'm looking for a certain structure, then I can define, it helps me define what is cheap. But if you have a system, then you probably have a different definition of what cheap looks like. But we're also kind of arriving at the same conclusion, is that we know based off of this formation, we can risk X to make Y, and the probabilities are in our favor. That's all that really means. So it's all probabilities. Like, there's no guarantee that any trade is a winner. Every trade is, there's a good chance that if you like your edge, right? If you have an edge and you like it, there's a good chance that that's going to be a winning trade. But most traders are operating somewhere between 40 and 60% win rate on average. So I mean, get used to losing.
I'm personally never shooting for more than 60%. If you get it, if there's a good month that the market is on your side, and you're in tune with the market, good. But I wouldn't shoot for more than 60% over a long period of trading. It's not sustainable. You can get an 80% win ratio the first few months, but
yeah, just from my experience on TopstepTV, I don't even care about losing trades anymore. I care way more about executing setups than I care about losing trades. Losing trades do not matter anymore. I just don't care. I care about execution, following the plan, and that's about it. That's how you end up making money in the long run. That's how Dakota makes money in the long run. He's number one. He is not fretting over losing trades because he knows he has an edge in the long run. And also, if you believe in that edge, it reduces your decision-making latency, and you get typically better prices.
2 minutes here until par hour, and we are literally only 1 point above of where we started this session.
Go figure.
The
That's
range is real.
Yeah, very, very. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like this range, to be honest. But
It's
It
not
is,
bad. You
yeah.
know? It's not bad.
yeah, no, I mean, wait. At least we talked it out. We talked it through. We talked about some positions that we could take theoretically. We didn't pull the trigger on the long at between 70 and 75. In hindsight, it would have been great, but we don't trade in hindsight. That's kind of the risk you take in the house account. Trading it live in front of a bunch of people, sometimes you just got to have that conviction that you believe in the trade, believe in the setup, and just let it play out. Hoag, KV, that was a quick hour. Marcus didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
But,
Well, we had
that's
to stay patient with KV.
Yep.
and we did. We stayed very patient with KV, and hopefully we all learned a little something. Hopefully we got a little bit smarter. But we are going to move on to Power Hour. Andre is in the green room. He is wearing red pajama pants, and I think we have Dakota coming up. But we're going to see you in a minute, chat. We're going to be right back with Dakota for Power Hour, actually hashtag Power Hour. So we'll see you. We'll play some trades and have a good time. KV, pleasure seeing you. Hoag, pleasure seeing you. They're not pajama pants. I stand corrected. They are pajama shorts. I have to get some more details on those. But we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Good luck, Power Hour, guys.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Let's do it.
All right. What a day so far here on TopstepTV. Welcome everybody to Power Hour with the #1 trader on our live funded leaderboard, Coach Dakota, the man in the middle. What is up, Dakota?
How's it going? We're ready to trade the house account. I'm on Topstep
yeah.
X now, guys. I opened up a few combines. I caved in. I'm going to try copy trading on Topstep X. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
All right. Without further ado, let's start the clock there in the lower right-hand corner. It will appear, you'll see how many minutes are left here in this session. There it is, 54 minutes, 54 seconds left in the trading day. As well, you see the hashtag beneath that says hashtag Power Hour Dolby Time. What is hashtag Power Hour?
Oh, we're all over X chat. Send us your memes, send us your winning trades, your funded trader certificates, whatever you got. Tag us at Topstep, hashtag Power Hour on X. I will comb the internet, take a screenshot, and share it around the middle of the show, maybe towards the end. So get your best ready. And also, while the cats are away, the mice will play. Most of Topstep is currently in a company meeting, so it's just us, boys.
Yes, it is.
It's just us in chat, just hanging out with a house account. We got 15 lots queued up. We got hashtag Power Hour going. Let's have some fun today. The markets are moving.
Yes, they are. Dolby Time will be executing the house account as I drive, of course, taking guidance levels, trade ideas from Dakota, as well as our most trusted and top trading talent here at Topstep.
Are you ready for my trade idea?
All right, we are ready. Coach Dakota, lay it on us right now.
So I'm down in my live account. Let me just get that straight away. There hasn't been very great opportunities to buy this market, so I've taken a few losses, taking some small shorts here and there, and I've been getting my butt killed, obviously. But here I am, and you can see on my chart. Let me see if we have my chart pulled up. There we go. I'm on Topstep X. This is an hourly chart, and look at this. This was back on March 7th, and then again on March 24th. We are right here, right now, at those highs. Highs pretty much, 18,707. And we're going into the end of the day, and I think two things are going to happen. And I think there's a chance that we pop up, run a bunch of stops, grab some liquidity, and then just have like a 20, 30-point sell-off. That's really what I'm looking for going into Power Hour, because I think we've been so bullish today. And when I'm looking for a breakout, which I do believe we could break out to, of course, all-time highs, and I believe we could maybe even see 18,800 pretty soon. However, this is a very long, overextended rally. I like to see, I'm horrible at drawing on Topstep X so far. I like to see a little bit of a pullback before we bounce and then have that breakout, just like a springboard or a trampoline, right? You have to go down before you go up. I hate breakout trades after we're so far extended. So as much as I hate to say it, let's look for a pullback. I'm going to say short. I want to get us on a good trade location. If we see a nice rally up towards 700, 707, maybe 710, I say go for it.
18,707/710 short. I agree with that. I agree with the thought process. I'll give that 2 check marks right now. Dolby Time obviously is the range trading extraordinaire, so I'm sure Dolby Time sees what Dakota's seeing there.
Hey, I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea. If we can get up there and it does kind of waffle, I think that could be very, very good. I'm thoroughly enjoying this 5-minute consolidation. It might even be turning into a half-hour consolidation. You know what that means. The larger the consolidation, the bigger the move out of it. So either we're going to shoot up like hell or we're going to shoot down like hell. But we are forming a really nice range here. I do think there's a lot of opportunity really to either side. We just got to, kind of pick a direction. I think Dakota's leaning to the short side. I don't think that's a bad idea. I kind of like it. How would you execute that trade though, Dakota? Would you do a market order or would you want a limit order?
I would do sell at bid when we get to like 707, 708, somewhere in that.
Okay.
And yeah, I would just, and I'm going to do it with you guys. If we do break up,
Okay.
we're at 688 right now. If we have a nice little run to hunt stops, a little liquidity grab above 703, 704, then I'm shorting it. I could be wrong. We could all be wrong, but very often do I see these nice long extended runs. And breakout plays are good and high probable, but I do like pullbacks before you break out, especially on highs from like March 14th, March 7th, and throughout March, because we're in May and we're already up. Like, this is a huge overextended run.
Oh yeah, we're closing in on all-time highs. If we haven't got there yet, we are right there. We're knocking on the door, all-time highs here in the NASDAQ. Double check on that. Really quick, gentlemen, and all the viewers, we got Bowman speaking here in about 10 minutes. Bowman,
Come on,
I hate to
bro.
rain on the parade, man. I hate to rain on the parade. But Bowman is speaking at 2:20 Central here in about 10 minutes. Bowman is a voting member. Just a caveat. Not sure how much that matters, but we do have to take notice of what Bowman says here in about 10 minutes. We'll be scanning the wires for that Dolby time. Yes.
Are there clones of them? I feel like they just make up names, and it's like, oh, you're a Fed speaker now. Go mess with the market.
What was Tuckman saying? Tuckman's like, these Fed speakers are kind of taking on this rock star personality.
Yeah,
I'm sure their speaking fees are through the roof, and they know that the market listens to every word they say. I mean, hell, who am I to say? I would take it. I would do the same thing.
They're like celebrities, right? They know everyone's watching them, so they bask in the clouds.
They're just cashing in on it.
Greenspan was doing it back in his day too, man. The rational exuberance thing. He knew what he was doing when he said something like that.
Yeah.
Bernanke always seemed pretty chill, yelling chill.
So it's so weird that they're glorified.
This group seems to enjoy the spotlight a little bit more than the previous ones did.
Yeah.
Hey, how about this? We got 3,000 people watching right now after saying we were offline for a solid hour and a half. Thank you to everyone that came and tuned back in with us. We apologize for those difficulties during the lunch hour, but everyone is back now. Please click like, please click subscribe. I think we're going to have 90,000 subscribers by either end of week or end of the weekend for sure. Very cool. And I know we are working on something behind the scenes to celebrate, but we won't cross that bridge just yet. Let's get there first, everybody. All right, Dakota. We're looking for you're looking for a short here around the 707, 710 level in the NASDAQ. We'll keep an eye if we get there. We are consolidating for the time being. Taking a quick look around the other markets.
Dakota, we lost your image. You're just a backwards El Gato sign.
Whoa.
Yeah, my camera probably died. Give me a moment. I'll redo it.
I think okay. Why is it not plugged in, Dakota? Come on, you're a pro.
What is a battery-powered camera? I didn't know they had those existed.
For certain professions, they do every time. Oh, let's go.
You can hear me, but you can't see it.
I can hear you. All right. Hey, crude trading right about a penny beneath the highs, $78.85. Currently trading $78.84. Dow just creeping around that 40,000 level. Let's see if we can make a push and give the old 40,000 level a kiss and maybe even power through it. These are some crazy, crazy prices here in the equities. And we'll see if a trade comes our way. In the meantime, we will have, we did do quiz. We'll see if we have those winners up. I don't know. It's been a strange day, abbreviated day, if you will. I don't think tomorrow will be this. I don't think tomorrow will be the same. Just everyone remembers, we have Brett Steenbarger tomorrow. Great session. Top of the hour, lunchtime between noon and 1 o'clock Central. Yeah. And scratch that. 11 o'clock to noon Central. 11 a.m. noon Central. But before that, we do have slow markets this evening with the man he was right there. Man that needs to charge his camera today. So.
Yep. Hoop just called out new highs in crude oil. It is slowly creeping higher, currently at 78.84. See what happens there. Crude is an interesting market these days. Very, very interesting.
How do you say that, Dolby?
Back to the Yankee. It's so geopolitically driven.
Oh yeah.
It's just I mean, it's basically driven by tweets at this point, which is insane.
Ugh. Yep.
But that's honestly how that market is. A tweet out of the Middle East, and all of a sudden, chaos ensues. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like anything can happen.
All right, there he is. Dakota is back. Dakota, we're still looking at the 707, 710 level here in the NASDAQ. Again, don't be time pulling the trigger right now. Switch it up for this power hour. See how the.
And I got a itchy finger too. You know me.
Itchy finger.
You know me.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I like
Quick
it.
draw McGraw.
I love getting into trades.
Love it. Yes. So does this man. Dakota, let's talk about how the trading day has gone. Being the perma bull. Something's changed, Dakota. I got to ask you. Something's changed this week. You've been the perma bull for as long as we've known you. And this week, as we continue to make new highs, you turn into a bear. It worked yesterday, not so much today. Talk to us about it.
Yeah, you know what? I was talking to Rips on Discord, me and him back and forth, and he's like, "I don't get me wrong. You've seen what yesterday's best was, right? I was up 6,000 or 4,000. So I made 6,000. What is today? Today's Wednesday, right? So I made 6,000 Monday, I made 7,800 on Monday. I made 4,000 yesterday. I was actually down 6,000, but then I ended up plus 4,000 or 3,800 yesterday. So I've been doing good. Today, I don't know what it is. It was just I was waiting to buy the market, and an opportunity never did come. Like our biggest pullback was like 10, 20 points.
Yeah, something like that.
Like every time the market drops, felt like 5 points. We've been being bought up, and there's just no opportunity for longs unless you're just really aggressive and you close your eyes and just buy it, right? So yeah, I was the guy where I was like, okay, let's look for some key levels and let's look for a pullback. If we get pullback, I try and limit my risk and look for a good risk reward. And I had probably 3 shorts today, and each one hit the stop loss. And I'm like, you know what? I probably on hindsight, I should have waited to see if we could get to 700 to short it, because 700 is probably the best level to short, because that is, pretty much the highs, right? And that's an overextended market getting to one of these big highs. We could see a liquidity run like I was talking about to like 710, like somewhere in there, and then we have that rollover. But some days like this, it just kills me, right? Regardless of how big of a bull I am, my trading, I try not to be biased. I really try not to.
All right. Well,
I'm still up for the week, so
I'm
still up like 2,000 this week, and it's only Wednesday, so
plenty of time.
It's an average. Gotta let those odds play out. So Dakota, how would you want to get into would we want to be able to go short like 710s, 715s, and 720s and spread them out like 5 lots apiece?
Yeah, no. So think of it like this: if you were short the market right now, where would your stop loss be? Right.
Oh,
and you're good at
this. 702s, 705, 710s, like anything above there, 100%.
Yeah. So just think of it like that.
Love it.
And where would my stop loss be if I was short now? And if we were going to go run some stops, we want to get in.
I would even try. I would even try like 730, 725, and 720. Hey, I would think it'd be a pretty wicked run. We got to make a decision though, because I want to get these orders in, because this is going to move fast.
We can. I think real quick, and I want the chat to double check this. I've got all-time highs at 18,709 in the NASDAQ. 18,709 all-time highs.
Okay.
So I'm assuming there will be something around there. Stops will definitely be just above that. Let me know in the chat if you guys have the same. I got 709 all-time highs. So we 7 ticks 09. Thank you.
09 is correct.
Okay.
09?
So
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'll mark that on my chart. So our short idea is actually just sitting right above all-time highs, basically. That range between 710s and 720s.
So let's sell the all-time highs. What's wrong with that? Put an offer in at 710, and if we get hit on that, we've just sold the all-time highs in the NASDAQ.
I kid. Insane to me, but
yes, I kid. There are definitely stops just above there. So we'll see what happens if they get triggered.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: we're in like a half-hour range. I think the stop run out of this would be pretty large, and NASDAQ can get pretty wicky. So I wouldn't want to short maybe 709s. I think like 720, 725, 730 to try to like accommodate some of that stop run. Is that what you're kind of thinking, Dakota?
Yeah, I don't think we could get to 720s. I could be wrong.
Oh, really?
Okay. Just think, where would your stops would be? And a lot of times it just goes, it runs your stop, and then immediately it turns around. If all-time highs are 709,
It could be
And
it's
it's hard
maybe.
to say, right?
10s, 15s, 20s. We could try that. Just do 5, 5,
I mean,
5.
we're pushing 700 right now.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm trying to make sure we get an order in, because I don't want this to blitz past us while we're deliberating. So I just need to get confirmation from you guys where we want these orders, and I'll put them in. No problem.
You got it. And Coach Jay, if you're in there, Nick for a tick, if you're in there, please give us some great ideas in there, Coach Jay. But yes, looking for a short around 707, 710 for now. Getting close there, Dolby.
Yeah, and Hoop's saying this. Liquidity is around 710, 712. That probably would be a good area because that's right there. If someone has a stop at the all-time highs, that's where the liquidity could be.
Okay, so do we? I want to make sure these orders are in, so I just want to get confirmation. So 710s. Do you want to split up the order between 3 5s? Do you want to go all in 15s at 710? How do we want to?
So it looks like
split this up?
710, 711, 712 seems to be the what traders are talking about.
Okay.
10, 11, and 12. Oh, that's a lot more. It's a lot tighter than I thought, but we can put in 5 and 5.
I'm reading chat. That's what someone's.
Oh, okay.
That's what the chat's saying.
See where that liquidity is that Hoop was talking about.
So should we at least get in 5 at 710?
Yeah, I would, Dolby. Yes.
Okay.
Just when those 710s, the stops get hit,
Okay, cool.
we'll
So
catch some of it.
Yeah. All right, we'll get a sell limit in there. So we have 5 working at 710. Do you want to work 5 anywhere else? I think 711's too tight because 1 point or 2
Maybe
points.
someone saying 713s. So that's a couple people saying 713.
Okay, we'll sell 5 more at 713.
63 lot here.
And then we have 5 more left. So do you want to do 716? That's
Yeah,
like
we could
3
do it.
points
So we
apiece.
just ran up to 704, 704 and 3/4.
Yeah. So
And I'll let you know
do-
when I'm in.
There's a 66 lot at 713. Pretty big. That's a pretty sizable order for NASDAQ here. 712 as well.
Okay.
So we can join that. Obviously, I think we're going to get drawn to liquidity. So if we do want to get that fill, I think we can get it right there.
714.
Yep. Well, we can go 10s, 12, 14s.
I was doing. You want to do 10, 13, 16?
We could
Or
do
is
that.
that too much?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with
That's
that.
fine.
Okay, let's try that.
Hey Dolby, just go on that one chart shot.
That's
and
not
wind
my
it.
chart. That's Dakota's screen. I do have one chart.
Got it.
Is this?
There we go.
I have 100 tick over here. I'll let you know when I'm short. I'm gonna
Hopefully,
watch this.
Yeah.
Working 5 at 10, 5 at 13, and 5 at 16. Check.
Yeah.
Double check.
And then
Let's talk stops.
a
Let's talk
stop.
risk.
Yeah, let's talk
We got to be
stops.
20.
A stop
from what
by
the-
15. I can just throw one in and we can just manage it from there. But
That sounds good, but let's not make it a round number.
Okay.
Learn that from
I just want to make
D.
sure it's in. I just want to get
There should be it should be a bracket order, right? So you automatically get
let me-
you get the stop
These
and the
bracketed?
target in there.
Oh yeah, they're bracketed. We'll get bracketed as soon as we get in one. Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to
Then
make
we
sure
can-
there was one in there.
Got it, partner. And then we can adjust on the fly from there.
Okay,
So
so I
far, the
won't
high
add a
is
stop in.
26 and a half. 26 and a half has been the high so far.
20 lot Dolby time.
20? Who wants 20? MP?
20 lot.
We got 15 on. We have 15 working. I can add another 5.
There you go.
Command
Good at the
center is
initial.
telling us 20.
20, baby.
Okay. Do
Let's
you want
go.
to add one more at 19 then? So we just do 3 points apiece on all of them?
Yeah, I'm fine with what you guys decide. I'll let you know
We
when
got
I'm sure.
Bowman.
I'm looking to get
Heads up
into
on
a
Bowman.
short
Bowman?
here.
Fuck me.
Bowman speaking.
God damn it, Bowman. Okay.
It's all right. It's
Okay.
all right. Maybe we get
Well,
maybe
okay,
we get a
we're-
fill and the market turns
All right,
around.
we're working 5. We're working 5, 5, 5, 10s, 13s, 16s, 19s. Total risk is about, I think, $5,000 on this. $5,000 of total risk, yeah. So let's work these orders. Let's be patient, and then we're gonna have a lot of patience here. We're gonna hit all-time highs. We're gonna have to have a lot.
And we
of
might not
patience,
get up
yeah.
there. Like, there's also a
Might
chance that we might not get up there because if someone was short throughout today, like around noon, we just ran their stops, right? Like this was their stops. What we was first talking about, 706, 705. So there is a possibility that we don't even get up there.
It's true.
Definitely
I'm
just
okay with
You
that,
look
though.
over here on the 5-minute chart, and you're seeing it, Dobie, where if we were short now, where would we have our stops? And a lot of
Yeah.
traders look at like 704, 75, 76, that zone as a possibility. So that could already be there.
I'm okay not getting filled. I'm just really happy we have orders in, and that this was a
Agree.
relatively fast process of actually just getting stuff in. Because honestly, NQ moves so fast that I think we will get a kind of a crappy fill if we try to just mark it in.
I like this
Especially
approach.
especially if Bowman starts speaking. Oh my god. Okay.
I like this approach a lot with conviction.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the idea. I mean, I think that it's a cheap trade in my opinion. We have not done quiz winners. Maybe we do quiz winners and hashtag
do
power
it.
hour while we wait for this to get filled.
Sounds good with me.
What did we say the all-time high was?
Oh, nine.
It was
709.
709, right?
Yeah, I have that marked.
We
on my
got to
chart here.
707.
Yeah,
James is ready with quiz winners
let's do it.
and
Let's dump
wins. Let's do it. James, if you're ready, let's do it.
Let's hit it. All right. What do we want to do first? Well, let's do quiz winners first. Look at the
Quiz
people what
winners.
they want.
Yeah.
All right. We got one of two lists to show today. If you remember, we gave out 100 resets today. So here is part one.
What do we got? Okay.
ACDC MACD. That's kind of funny.
It is pretty good.
Should
Baba
pops a
Booey.
lot, huh?
Shout out Howard Stern.
Baba Booey.
Yeah.
J Pow's mom. Thanks for joining us.
Bigfoot spotter. We got to talk.
All right, here comes list number two. Remember,
keep
you
on
can
going,
always
yeah, it's-
rewind, pause the
Yep.
stream if you need.
Black Swan. Never heard of ya.
Look at all these resets.
You shouldn't need them if you're managing risk, but here they are. If you need
Someone's
one,
name was Eddie's ponytail.
B. That's pretty funny. I like that.
Nick reset,
Base
dude.
5 NYC. That's you, Baba Booey. Very cool. That's a New Yorker thing for sure.
Sick.
All
Let's
right,
run through our
let's play
hashtag
Top
power
Quiz.
hours.
Yep.
All right, here's some Power Hour goodies. We'll start off
Hell
with
yeah.
the funded trader certificate.
My favorite.
Nicholas asks,
Nicholas.
love to see it. Got funded May 13th, 2024. Congratulations. Hope you enjoy your XFA account. I hope you got your yellow Discord name as well. That means you are a funded trader at Topstep. And then if you get a payout, you move to green. And then if you move to the live account, you move to a cool light blue color.
Wow.
So that is pretty awesome. So congratulations, Nicholas S. I went ahead and scrubbed out your last name.
Here we got some more.
Okay.
Oh, Bear Goes Long, frequent flyer. Love seeing this. Passed another 50K on Topstep X this morning.
Beautiful.
Didn't keep trading the other accounts. Love seeing that balance. 53K, $13. Oh, nice. 1,500. That's wonderful. Congratulations. You probably already have a funded certificate, so you will not get a second one. You only get one.
Everybody gets one. All right, moving on.
James Hansen. Oh boy, I was close to passing this
Ooh-wee.
combine. Today was a bit crap. 1,000 loss when stop loss was set to 500, and yesterday was fire though. Set my take profit at 1,500 and made 2,200. Hashtag power hour.
Hell yes.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yes.
Hashtag slippage
Oh,
and
yeah.
liquidity.
Dakota, where's your
Alright.
certificate?
I got mine like July.
Alright.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's in
You
an
get it
email
framed?
somewhere.
Send me-
No.
Is it a coaster
Too
for
busy.
you? What is, yeah, what
Too
is
busy
it?
counting his thousands. What else do
Is
we
it, a
got?
is it a
We
bookmark
got
for
one
you?
last
Dakota?
one
All
last
right.
good meme from
It-
our friend Carl Hungus.
Hey,
Yeah.
Carl.
Man. Well done. Well done.
Oh, I love
That's pretty
it.
good. It's pretty
Dude,
good.
that is awesome. That's a great meme. Carl's
I love you,
always
Dakota.
coming
Tagging us.
through with the good ones. Love to see it.
Was that the trade, guys? Did we miss
What?
it?
I don't think
What?
so.
7? Oh, sevens?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Who knows if we even would have gotten filled, but I mean,
Yeah, I don't think we would have been filled if we had sevens. Oh, sevens.
sevens, all-time highs. Nines. We are starting to retreat a little bit. Quit Delta update.
Yep,
Plus
that's
9600 ES, plus 2700, and Q here at the bottom of the power hour. Dakota, did we miss the trade? I don't know if we did. Dolby time.
I mean,
Okay, like we said,
we
we're
only
okay.
know after the fact, right? Yeah, it's always hindsight. I've started to like Topstep X, guys. I've been trading a combine. I'm gonna do some copy trading and kind of go with the flow and try and not be so hard headed. We'll see how it goes. As a coach, I want to be a coach that just leads by example. And if everyone's liking copy trading, I'm going to try it out. I don't like it very much, but there's probably something to it. I messaged the MP the other day and I'll talk to him Friday morning about it. Like, if traders want to copy trade, there's probably the right way to do it, a responsible way to do it. And I'm going to try it. And I've really enjoyed learning this platform.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is a great platform. A lot of risk management features, which is great. I do not think we missed this trade. I think there's still a lot of time left. But this is kind of the tricky thing with NASDAQ, and why I find it hard to trade is because, you know, we easily could have tried shorting like 703s, 705s, 706s, but the stop runs can be so wicked in NASDAQ that, you know, we could have theoretically gotten that short, gotten stopped out, and then had it reverse entirely back down on us again. So that's why I kind of like, Dakota, your range up here, is that it kind of takes into account some of that slipperiness that exists in NASDAQ, just from like a liquidity standpoint.
Yep, I like it too.
It's just inside 30 minutes
being
here.
patient.
All right. So
anything from Bowman? Anything from Bowman, Eddie?
No, but he called and left a message.
Oh yeah,
nothing yet from him. Actually, I mean, what they're saying here is Bowman in Financial Landscape speech at the Digital Chamber Blockchain Summit 2024. He has not really posted anything off the wire.
Okay. This has speaking fee written all over it. I don't think they just want to get an important person at a conference like that. I don't even care what they say.
Yeah.
All right, 28 minutes left.
I think we need to sort of jazz this up a bit, because Zalazius Crum is just, he's saying this is so boring, paint drying.
What?
I mean, somebody get the key to the handcuffs.
I don't know what to tell you, Zalazius. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, what do you want me to do, a tap dance? I don't know what to tell you. That this is this is trading here.
Welcome to trading, right?
Yeah.
Like,
where's the love?
Did you watch yesterday?
Trading. I mean, did you watch from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m.? I mean, Nazi didn't do a damn thing for like an hour.
Did you
like
watch
this entire consolidation? Did you watch from 11 when we weren't even?
Did you watch from 11 to 12:30? I didn't think so. Yeah, because we weren't either. But yes, this is trading right now. Let it play out. Market is taking a bit of a breather. How the markets go, Zalazius. I don't know what to tell you.
This is actually not even that boring. This is kind of exciting. I mean, we have 20 lots working at 18,710 right now. This is not that bad. I mean, we're
talking about a liquidity run and a run for stops, and we did get it.
It just wasn't that deep, though. You know what I mean?
No, it
it's
wasn't.
Like, God, it's so frustrating.
No, I was kind of expecting a little bit more, but
yeah.
Oh, it is pretty frustrating when you lose throughout the whole day, and then you have another good trade idea set up for the same thing you've been doing, and it actually works out, and you don't take the trade.
Quick look at tilt
That's
here.
Okay, let's
50-50 ES, 50-50 NASDAQ. We did see a 95% long lean in crude this morning. The market did rally with it, so hopefully those were able to capture that profit. Good on them. 25 minutes left here in the session.
Yep.
Dakota, tell us about what you got to planned for slow markets this evening. Everyone tune in. Slow markets.
Yes,
8 p.m.
yes. I need to get with Coach Robert. He's going to be joining me for slow markets tonight. We're going to be going over how to place OCO orders, talking about placing a trade, holding it overnight, making sure one order gets executed, stop loss, take profit, all those insecurities that traders have that keep them from holding a trade while they sleep or they're away from their computer monitor. I'm excited. Like I said, there's a learning curve when it comes to anything, learning anything new, like a new platform or trading. And I'm going through a little bit of a learning curve too as a coach. In the middle of class, you like to have things run smoothly, like learning how to chart, drawing tools and all this stuff. So I'm learning that on Topstep X. But yeah, Coach Robert's going to be there tonight, and we'll be able to answer some questions, get some things figured out. And it's one of those things where coaches help coaches and coaches help coaches coach. And that's what this is.
Awesome. Please tune in for that. Again, 8 p.m. Central this evening on the Topstep TV channel, YouTube channel.
Yep.
Good stuff, Dakota.
Whole playlist there of Robert's tutorials on Topstep X. Each one 5 minutes or less, one topic only. He's put in a lot of work to get that stuff out there for everybody, and it's just an incredibly valuable tool. I can't tell you how many trading platforms don't have that, and it drives me effing insane because they want to do like a half-hour tutorial on YouTube, and it's like, bro, I don't want to have to scan through a half-hour video to get the one thing I want. And Robert's a trader, so he knows that.
I have to admit, I've watched some of them.
So have I.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like most of the platforms don't even do their own videos. You have to like go find an influencer who did a platform walkthrough. Not us though.
Nope.
Not us. We're bringing you the goods. I still think this trade idea is valid. I think we hang in there.
I will agree with you. I mean, if we get up there, I mean, yeah, it's still valid. It's testing our patience. This is trading, guys. This is trading, everybody in the chat. Boring as heck. We watch, we wait. If the market sells off and doesn't give it to us, guess what? We just spent the last hour staring at the charts and we didn't place a trade.
I think we're fine. I think we are totally fine.
Some people can't handle it. Some people, it's too boring for them. As obvious, we see that.
So
in
you
the
lose
chat.
money,
and then they end up over trading or chasing a market, and then they lose money, and then they wish they would have never placed a trade, and they're paying for a reset or a new combine or looking for deals for discounted combine.
So funny.
Just looking for deals for discounted combine. That was a funny line. I thought that was a good one.
I agree.
But that's what you get. Hey, if you're impatient, that's what's going to end up happening in the long run. Is that you're going to be, fishing for resets because you couldn't sit on your hands and wait for your A+ setup, which is kind of what we're doing here. And we talked out a great idea, and we're going to let it play.
It was kind of funny while TopstepTV was down for a little bit. I hopped onto Discord and was just chatting with everybody. And they were talking about, other prop firms and all these discounts and so many discounts here and there. And it kind of reminded me of my ex, where whenever we go to a store, it's looking for discounts, right? It's like, hey, you know what? You didn't save this money. You still spent it. It's like my Dollar Tree or Desert Industry has good discounts. Doesn't mean the quality is good.
Right.
But the conversation while TopstepTV was down was pretty hilarious.
Oh. Yeah, that's the joke. That's the funny part of it. You know how you get 100% off is just not buy the damn thing in the first place, but that doesn't seem to register, and 25% off just seems to really do the trick. It is incredible. All right, trading. I don't know if we missed
Dakota,
a
I don't know. Would you consider longs though, Dakota? If we got back down to 670, or are we just short all day?
No, I wouldn't say all day. I'm just saying up here. Yeah. I mean, if you're buying this, then you're making the assumption that we get back up to the highs and have a possibility of breaking out, which I don't. I think the play was to look at everyone who's short, where they would have their stop loss going into power hour, and then get in where they're closing their shorts. And that's, I think, exactly what happened. unfortunately, we didn't get the pop up that we was expecting.
We weren't even that far away, to be honest.
Hey
I
guys,
mean,
we
it
are
went to
we are closing in on 40,000 here in the Dow, guys. We are 5 points away.
Yeah.
Closing in on 40,000 in the Dow.
It is.
Sorry,
Well,
Dolby.
I wonder if no. I mean, that's good. I like that. Obviously, YM is in its own world, but maybe the NQ will actually end up following suit here. I do have this upward trend line drawn on this 5-minute consolidation, and we're still kind of maintaining higher lows. So, kind of curious to see. And to Dakota's point, we didn't really miss our first short by all that much. We only missed it by about 3 points, which is like not that bad. It's not like we were like a mile away from getting filled.
3 points, man. You never know, right? Everything's a zone, and we've had that before, Andre, right? Where we're trying to get in. It gets so close and never fills us, and it goes the direction that we were looking to get in.
Hey, in football, it's a game of inches. In trading, it's a game of ticks. You know, 1 tick away.
Just 1 tick.
That's all it takes. Where'd my screen go? Oh, there we go. I mean, I think we're still going to get filled. Like the last 20 minutes here could be a wild.
40,000
Absolutely
prints. 40,001. 40,001 prints in the Dow. How about that? Let's go. See if NASDAQ and S&Ps want to follow suit here. But we were trading 40,003 in the Dow minis. Pretty cool. Thought you said this was boring, Zolaris, or whatever. That was pretty cool.
Hey, if our trading is boring, that probably means we're doing something good.
I would say so.
Yes.
Crack 40,000.
Someone give me a suggestion on these charts here. Dollar Pimp, can you consider changing your screen color to gradient and your Wix to white? I don't know how to do that. Oh, Wix.
I like the colors.
Like that? I don't know. That looks weird to me.
$11,000 plus delta in ES, 1,800 plus positive in NQ.
I mean, the chart looks pretty good. It all looks easy to read. I mean, is this going to be really boring until we get filled on 20 contracts? You know what I mean?
Game on.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, if we were in 20 contracts, even though it's boring, it would not be boring, even with this price action.
That's what we did yesterday.
Yeah. It still would be boring.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You made money, right?
We actually made money on that trade.
I ended up scratch on that one.
My God.
But I seen you guys made money. Even when like a few minutes after the bell, and
yep.
It's not boring when you're in 20 contracts. 1 tick is the least boring thing. You're watching it, and it's get your blood going a little bit.
I mean, yeah, this has been boring since 1 p.m. Central. It's not going to be boring for the entire time, though.
It's been boring all day going up. Where do we buy that?
Yeah, right.
What happened, Dakota? You're Mr. Bull, and now I don't. Oh boy, I don't know what's going on, Dakota.
I'm still Mr. Bull, but I like to buy the dips, and there was no dips today.
There's no dips. No dips. We do have some liquidity here in the S&Ps. A 500 lot sitting at 53.30, 53.30, 400 offered, 450 offered, I should say. 53.30 in the ES.
17 minutes.
Tick beneath the highs. Dolby Times got some working offers at 10, 12. What do we got? 10, 13, 16, 19-ish?
Yeah, 10, 13, 16, 19.
5 each.
I can make this. Well, I can't. I could make that y-axis a little bit wider or change the font to a little bit larger. That'd be cool. I still think we're going to touch all-time highs, though. Actually, we're going to poll in chat. Do we think we're going to get all-time highs today in the next 17 minutes?
Everything's going to happen in the last 10 minutes. We're going to shoot up and then straight back down.
That's how Power Hour works, baby. We're Power Hour veterans. That's why we're not nervous about this.
No.
We know Power Hour can deliver the goods in about 5 minutes if it wants to.
Dow's still rallying, trading 40,015. See if the other equity indexes take notice that the Dow is popping here. 40,016 now. in the Dow.
You guys haven't had any trades in the house account today, huh?
No trades.
I think so. I don't think so. Not yet.
Yeah, there hasn't been any opportunities. There really hasn't from the way in that I trade. It's all been, you just close your eyes and buy. Yeah, you made money. Other than that, nothing. Maybe
Those
some
are
really
rare days,
short,
though.
small scalps. And we were already
Those are
kind
rare
of,
days.
I dare to say, a little overextended going into half this day because we've rallied from 18,000, just over under 18,000 to all-time highs.
Saw a little wiggle there. 15
Yeah,
minutes
I saw
left.
that. Yeah, I saw that. Nice call, Dre, on that wiggle.
Well, typically the wiggles happen when the new every 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
I feel.
Well, we
You
do have
gotta
MOC in 5, so
Yes, we do.
that could get us some action.
What do we think the MOC is going to be?
Boy, what was it yesterday? Yesterday was a big old number. Yesterday
It was in the billies.
It was
it was like
side,
4 billion.
right?
4 billion. It kind of
billion?
looked like today. Long delta, trading around the highs of the day, and we got a heavy buy side MOC. We're talking like 2.9, 3.9 billion or something like that. So I'm gonna say something similar, something close to that.
Yeah.
What is today? The 15th. So everyone's 401ks need to paychecks hit, and the 401ks get hit as well. So I'll say buy side.
Yep.
Buy side?
Yep.
I think it's buy side for sure.
Everyone's
what do
thinking
we got?
buy side. Dan Trader says
Average
100 billion sell side.
That'd be a game changer. That would be a big time.
That
game changer.
would. We're sure as hell not getting filled if that's what prints.
No, and if we do, oh boy.
Yeah. So on
Oh,
the
yeah,
tilt, we have NQ long average at 685, and the shorts are at 683. That's interesting. That the shorts are actually underneath the long average. That can't be good.
They're
That does
feeling
not
it.
seem good.
That's how you fuel a rally right there.
Oh yeah, they got to be eating it right
All right,
now.
we got someone says 5 billion to the sell side. So many put options at the highs.
Hold on. Let's get a confidence. Eddie, can you confirm when you get it?
There's no way it's out yet.
Yeah.
Nvidia hit a new high. Thank you, Tinderbox. Chat, if you have live charts to some of those equity stocks, please let us know if they're making new highs. Thank you so much
That
for that information.
1.2 billion for the buy side. I don't think that's the final, but they would release something like that to give you an idea. Eyes on the prize.
Okay.
Yep.
Baby says 2.6. All right, Joyce here, 2.7. Man, 2.7.
Bill? All right, what is it? Eddie will confirm when we get that number.
Yeah.
New highs
Definitely
in
more
the Dow.
liquidity on the buy side. What do you got, Dakota?
Nothing. I'm just reading the chat, going through. I mean, not really much going on, right?
Well, there's certainly no orders to be placed right now. I mean, we're dead center in the middle of this range. Like the only chance we really had, we were 3 points off from getting filled on 5 of our 20. But like I said, other than that, the only other trade that would have been decent was that long that we were talking about between 670 and 675. But we didn't really pull the trigger on that one. And even if we did, I mean, we're still kind of sitting in the same range.
Oh shit.
What's the stop?
Yes, making new
nothing's
highs.
happening, guys. Nothing's happening.
Creeping higher.
I sent out a challenge last Friday.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think I've had anybody take me up on it yet. At least that I don't know. I don't have social media, and I haven't really heard much, other than just like and from any of the other influencers. So I'm still waiting.
I could
So
if I
there's some
would,
entertainment.
or I would if I could, Dakota. I'd be more than happy to slam some 15 lots and try to catch up to you.
Well, it's not about slamming 15 lots. It's just about trading for a period of time and see whose P&L is bigger.
Yep. Sounds like fun to me.
We're gonna AJ, what's the challenge? No one can. I mean, it's not about beating us. It's not Top Step. It's not. It's just for fun, right? and it's just something to provide some entertainment and to go through. And what I did was I challenged anybody out there who wants to go head to head on kind of like a trade-off type thing, and it could be one account versus a copy trade account. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out the details, but ultimately it's just kind of like what we do. Topstep leaderboard or the yesterday's best. We just keep track of the P&L for a period of time, and it'd be a fun little challenge. But it's not going to be like my live account versus your sim account or your combine. It has to be something that is live account versus live account. Or if you can't get a live account, then sure, I might consider a live account versus
50s just hit. Here
your
we go.
XFA
50s just hit.
or funded account.
Man, so the
I
75
don't think
still
some prop firms don't even do live accounts, so like they're kind of out of the question, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you said it. You said it. All right, we got 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes left in the session. You got it, Eddie? I got it. Of course, Mike.
MOC balance 1.6 billion to the sell side.
Sell side, okay.
Big fat nothing.
1.6 billion to the sell side. So that was right.
Yeah, I mean, if there's anyone in chat and any influencers who wanna stick out their neck here and challenge Dakota, I mean, he's open for it. We could probably even get
And it
some
doesn't have to
assets
be
behind that.
influencers. It could be in-house too. I don't mind. But there's going to be some type of filter that JD mentioned where it's like, no, we're not anybody. It has to be somebody that has decent trade history and something that would be entertaining, right? Instead of like, oh, Dakota's going up against some random person on Discord that just got an XFA.
No.
Yeah, we'll put our best up against your best, everybody. Our best versus yours. What do you got? We put out the challenge, put our cards on the table. You show us yours now. So let's do it. Our best versus yours. Let's go.
It'd be fun.
It would be fun. I would love to see that, actually. I don't think there's enough of that. I think there's a lot of that, I think, verbally, but I don't think it's ever really organized. And I appreciate you trying to actually organize it, and we'll definitely get behind that.
Yeah. And I was a random person, right? Everybody's a random person.
Justin. Okay, 8 minutes left here.
Yeah, you're even trying to challenge multiple. Well, yours like your one account versus multiple accounts. Thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, copy trading. It doesn't really matter. I mean, the pressure is pressure. As long as everything's fair and it's transparent, because the key is transparency. And that's ultimately the goal, where you have somebody and we want to make sure everything's transparent and to show traders like, hey, this is it. This is the pressure. Everything's transparent, whether it's a third party, whether it's thing. We want traders to see absolutely every single execution and trade that goes through and make it as legit as anything, right? In boxing, there's a boxing trade commission who makes sure that everything's legit, no one's cheating, everything's fair, everything's transparent as it gets.
Yeah, but it does take two to tango. Someone out there has to step up to the plate. Oh, man, it looks like we might have missed this short, but we'll see. Really unlucky, man.
Was that it? That little run
man,
stop hunt, just above like 700 to 706.
It's like, damn, dude. As soon as I get on there, it's just 2 hours of consolidation in the Nasdaq after running a bunch of points. Am I the unlucky one, Dre?
Toby's feeling the jinx now. I love it.
Is it me?
Oh, I love it, man. I love it.
With all this time. It is. All this time to place great trades, and we get 2 hours of chop. All right.
Well, we had the opportunity. The opportunity presented itself. The trade idea was valid. It just did not fill us at the price we wanted.
It could still be there. Nasdaq moves so fast. We do have other indices making highs.
Yeah, Nasdaq not doing
anything. You could be following suit. Some bidders could be stepping in here. Maybe this isn't as boring as we thought. Maybe the market hurt us. Volume did come in a little bit. Some good volume on this 5 minute, actually.
Maybe they're just exhausted. Everyone's exhausted from this
Could
rally.
be that. Could be that. Eddie, you have the bell and outro, of course. Across the finish line for the day. 5.5 minutes left. Thank you. Shout out to everybody that stuck with us through the technical difficulties. 3,300 people came back, tuned in to TopstepTV. Close it out here with a bang on Power Hour. Markets aren't giving us too much. That's okay. We're going to be disciplined. Here we go. We just hit the 5 minute. We got 17 seconds to the last liquidity injection of the day. Let's go.
Oh, we keep this trade on until close.
Love it.
Last 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, we're keeping this on for chat and for us. We're sticking to our guns here.
Here we
Another
go.
big action.
See if we get that pop.
It's not the direction I wanted it to go. We tried.
Yeah.
2 hours of nothing.
It happens.
I mean, if I was trading like a personal account, I think I probably would have gotten pretty aggressive with the longs around 670, but couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I can't solo the house account. It's not how that works.
Yeah, there's some people in chat wanting to take me up on it. We'll talk more. We'll bring out more details. It's going to be a fun little thing before the Top Step Trading League, and maybe it's going to be a great segue. I'll bring it up Friday morning when I'm with MP, and we can talk more about it.
Yeah, trust me. I got itchy fingers. I would love to put on like a 5-figure trade on the house account. That would be sweet. Like a 15, 20K trade. And that would rule.
I don't get it, guys. S&P's making new highs, Dow making new highs, NASDAQ just shrugging its shoulders.
Very weird.
Yes.
Isn't that weird, Dre?
It is. I can't make sense of it. Hey, that's trade. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the session. But yeah, I don't know what's going on.
We still might. Oh, man. I don't know. Part of me feels like we still might get filled on one of these.
Okay.
Which part, Toby? Is it a pink part?
On what? Getting filled? What are you saying? I'm saying I think we're getting filled at least 710s or 713s. I think we're going to hit.
Okay, I'm short. I'm short right now. I'm 698 and a quarter.
Okay. See, that's where that speedy decision making. The house account doesn't have that privilege.
It doesn't have that luxury.
No, we're like a yacht. He's on a ski-doo.
That's what I said.
I'm going to get into 3 contracts. It's going to be averaging in, or whatever you want to call it, scaling in. I want to see if I can get into 3 contracts short around 700 zone.
Well, hey, I heard some firms don't even allow you to scale down in a position anymore. That's actually a rule. Yeah, that is actually a rule. Some prop firms will not let you dollar cost average into a losing position. So you cannot work a range, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It's asinine.
So you can't. So like just what I did, I
can't be a real trader
able to like add another contract.
You can only add. You can only add to winning trades. You cannot dollar cost average in a range.
Who does that?
That's kind of stupid. That's as dumb as it gets, right?
It's not real.
Everything's zones, and if you
fake.
want to get into 3 contracts, you want your first one to be at the beginning of the zone. Like that's a huge part of trading.
Sorry, it's not real. I didn't know that.
It's so stupid.
Wait, are you joking with me?
It's got to be a joke.
No. Look at chat. Look at chat.
It's like when Robin Hood.
Wait, let's see.
It's like when Robin Hood turned off the sell button.
I know better.
That's not a joke. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they will not.
Rip.
All right.
Oh my goodness. How many rules could you possibly make?
You're either all in or you just have to hopefully get lucky with the first one, and then I don't know how I feel about it.
It's so bad.
All right. Let's get back to
that
these
makes sense, right?
60 seconds. Dakota, are you short right now? Dakota, talk us through this trade. My
Fake
God.
accounts, fake rules.
Did you average into this trade,
okay,
Dakota?
I'm going to stop there because I thought that was a joke, Dobie, but that's...
No, I don't tell... I mean, I do tell jokes, but not like that. That's not my preferred style. Oh, man, Dakota, nice trade, man. We gotta get. At
I
least
don't know what to
something.
say. I'm speechless. That if
Had to get a little bit
that's
of
true, and I'm speechless on that one. Because the goal is to help traders become funded, become consistent, become real. And if you're to take your own money into your own account, want you to be profitable as a coach to help traders out. And to me, that's like you go to a college and the professor's like, no, you can only do your homework during class, and you can't do your homework outside class or something like that. I don't know what to say. Maybe just no
15
comment.
seconds.
If I don't have
No
anything good to
comment.
say, don't say anything at
Nope.
all.
Nope. I had to bring
Here
it
we go.
up there.
Boom.
3 o'clock. Damn.
I'm going to go over
guys.
how to scale into a position tonight with Coach
Oh
Robert.
yeah, buddy.
Ah,
Do it.
And I'm not joking because that's a huge part of my trading. That's
Damn
a
good.
huge part of my slow markets class. I'm going to be having Coach Robert on as a guest. We're going to talk about OCOs, and that's going to be part of it. And I'm going to go over risk reward. I'm going to go over statistics and probabilities and the reason why I do it and the reason why it's such an amazing tool for real traders. So there you go. I think that's going to be a great thing to talk about.
awesome.
And I'm going to
Thank you
close
so
out of
much,
this
Tony.
trade for profit.
All right.
Nice. What'd you get? What'd you
About
get on that one?
277. 277
Nice.
one contract.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
Well, thank you guys. Dolby time. 2 hours of nothing. We'll do better luck tomorrow. It was a pleasure, absolute pleasure today. Thanks for sticking with us. Tune into Slow Markets this evening with Dakota. Teach you how to scale into trades and trade like a professional in real trades. Anyways, Eddie, take it away from here. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Boys and girls, well, we got some numbers coming out tomorrow early. 7:30, we're going to see building permits. We're going to see continuous job claims. We've also got export prices, housing starts. The big one is going to be the initial jobless claims, as Mr. Hoagland puts it. So that's going to be the big number at 7:30. So get some rest, have a good breakfast. Philly Fed also at 7:30. Taking a look here, scrolling down a little bit. Industrial production at 8:15. We've got Bar speaking at 9 o'clock. Hark, I hear the angels sing at 9:30. Natural gas storage. Well, we got a lot going on here. 4 week, 8 week at 10:30. Mester will be speaking at 10:30. Bostic will be speaking at a little around 2 o'clock. So we'll keep an eye open on that. And Fed balance sheet later in the evening. And taking a look at what we've got on the menu tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, the 16th. Be here at 8 o'clock Central, where Hoag and myself will fire up the machine. Past markets, Andre Hoag, Jack, and Anne Marie. We got power. Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh my goodness. Past markets, we got power players, Hoag, Anne Marie, and Brett Steenbarger. Now, just want to give you a little heads up on what's going on with Brett. Now, make sure that you're here at 11 o'clock, okay? 11 o'clock Central. The daily trading coach, trading psychologist Brett Steenbarger, PhD, is going to be here with Anne Marie and John Hoagland. And it's going to be about mindset. Mindset's very important each and every day. That should be the first thing that you're checking off your list before you even turn on your computer and take a look at the charts. So tomorrow at 11 a.m., make sure that you book it. Tell your friends about it. Let's pack the house, okay? Let's get as many people in here because this is something that doesn't happen often, matter of fact. So don't miss out on this opportunity to up your trading grade. Also, we will be having, after that, Top Quiz. Anne-Marie is back to see if she can go 4 for 4 again with Top Quiz. Andre and Ben for shoulder tap. We got JD Hoag for group coaching. Coming in at 1 o'clock here, JD, Robert, Andre A from Edgeville will be cutting edge with Andre. And of course, yes, that dynamic duo, the two that we love so much and wish our children grow up to be like them. Andre and Dolby with Justin Werlin. And don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock, slow markets, as Dakota was mentioning. Also, we're going to have right after this here, probably started right now, Coach Jay and Coach Paul do At the Buzzer. We got Coach Ray at 6, Coach Vince at 7, and once again, Slow Markets with Coach Decode Goda. Right? Is that what they're calling you now? The Goda? Isn't that cheese? Gouda cheese? Anyway, I like cheese. I like you too. All right, so let's have a everybody put your hands in and let's say go. Love having you here with us each and every day, and I hope that you love being here with us. I can see that there was some really good participation today, and I tell you, it not only helps you, it helps everybody else. Okay, and I mean that's what the chat is for. We've opened this community up and taken advice. We have taken suggestions. So keep that going. Okay. So remember now, log off, shut it down, family time, get some rest. Okay. We're almost at the end of the week. You're re-energized. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. And until we meet again, I'm Eddie Horn, and this has been Top Step TV. Good night.